Hey YouTubers, this is Old John. I make a video on the first phase of draining my sprinkler system. I have a 12-stage system, rainbow type sprinkler heads. Here's the check valve for the system. The water comes in from the front corner of my house through this 3/4 inch pipe. This is the check valve, keeps the water from coming back from my system back into the city water in case there's low pressure on the city water line. I've got the water shut off here to this. What I do is remove these bolts and drain this pipe. This drains all this. Now there'll still be water in here, so I've got the water shut off here, so I could disconnect this, but there's still water pressure on this side. Now most of this water is probably drained out because I have a draining system on several of my sprinkler heads, but to totally get it out, I need to take this off. So I need to first start by shutting off the water at the street. I'm using my long, about 5.5 foot valve wrench here that I got at Home Depot. It's a little windy out here, so you may have trouble hearing me. Water meter pit. We have a sensing device here. The meter reader can just come out and touch his instrument to that, and it'll give him a reading on the meter. The meter is actually down in that pit. Okay, here's the valve I'm going to shut off that stops the water going into my sprinkler system. Got a lot of acorns around this pin oak. There's the valve. You may not be able to see it very well, but the tube that goes down to the valve is kind of pushed over to the side, but I still can get to it. Okay, I stuck my valve wrench in there and there's mud around the top of the valve, so I'm sticking it down in there, getting the mud out with the valve wrench before I can do anything else. Okay, I think I've got it off, so let's go check it out up here at the check valve. I have this valve shut off. When it's turned this way, like this one is, it means it's letting flow through. I've got to turn this way, so it's off. Now, I don't have to open this to see if the water has stopped coming in here. I can open this these are called petcocks. They're just little drain systems. Okay, I would expect water to come out of there. I would think some would come out. Let's open the main valve and then check the other drains. Okay, I'm opening this valve. And we'll see if any water comes out of these. Not seeing any water, so it appears to be off. So we can now take these nuts loose and make sure all this piping here is drained, or at least from here down. From this point, this pipe right here, down to the ground. Using a crescent wrench here. I haven't used my sprinkler system for about 2 months, so I think everything is pretty much drained already. I have a small leak over here on this valve, and so probably water dripped out of here and slowly leaked this pipe dry, maybe. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, so I'm starting to get some draining as I loosen these screws, bolts. So there's a little bit of water in there. I don't have to remove these just to drain it. If I want to take the gasket out and store it for the winter, then I need to take it all the way off. But just to drain it, I don't need to. Okay, so it's drained. The next step will be check the sprinkler heads to make sure they're all drained. Normally you would hook up a compressor line here, probably here or here. I've never done it, but seen it done, and you blow air under pressure into the pipes to force it out of the sprinklers and get all the pipes drained. I have, as I mentioned before, I have drains that I've installed on most of my 12 sprinkler lines, and they drain naturally after the water is shut off. So, but I will still go around and do some checking on them to make sure they're thoroughly drained before winter. So that's how simple it is. This is where you test your check valve. This lets the flow go this way but not come back. And if your sprinkler system is on and under pressure, if there was a water main break out in the street and the water pressure went to zero or lower than what the pressure is here, theoretically, the water could flow back from your sprinkler system and into the city water main and contaminate it if you have dirt or whatever bacteria in your sprinkler system. So this valve keeps that from happening. This needs to be tested every so often to make sure it's working, and they hook up pressure gauges on both sides and pump it up to a certain pressure and see if it holds. So anyway, that's how to do the first step of your draining of your sprinkler system. Okay, to finish draining this pipe here, this is the discharge side that goes into the sprinklers. you open this little star screw here, and that drains water out of this pipe. I think you turn this, you turn this valve to the left, counterclockwise, and if there's still water in this pipe, it'll come out there, I think, and it's not, so I think I've got this line drained, which is important because it's going to be above ground, and it's going to be the first thing to freeze. And all of these little ball petcock valves should be left in the open position in case there's any water in there. It can get out, it can drain out, and then leave these valves open also. Here's my channel. I have lots of playlists. I'll show you here. I do solar systems. I have some spirituality, John Deere mower videos, getting rid of pests in the lawn, Nordic track repairs, computer repairs and reviews of purchases like this laptop I'm showing this video on, review of my Generac power washer and use of it, other power equipment that I get, wood projects. I built a nice center here for the TV and so forth. I have landscape lights, refrigerator repairs, generator hookup and maintenance, and then other interior electrical wiring and so forth projects, also lawn projects, so lawn equipment and so forth. So if you're interested, click on the bell and subscribe, and give me any comments on any other type of videos you'd like to see also. This is Old John signing out.